I turn on the recording so we can start class. Before everything, please accept my apology for last week because we had a big problem. If you remember, unfortunately, I couldn't hold class as I wished. Okay, so I promise to make up for it, and so let's continue our lesson. The topic that we are going to discuss too is very nice, and I'm sure that you will enjoy it. The topic is operational decision-making tools. Operational decision-making tools. As you can see through this first slide, your monitor. So before starting, let me explain a little about this topic. Imagine you are manager of a company, okay? Any company, service company and or manufacturing company. The president of the company come and give you a list of options or a list of projects that can be useful for company. The manager asks you to consider and examine each of each project and choose the best one that can make the profit and can be very effective for project. How you can do this? How you can choose the best project among the 3 or 4 projects that has been given to you by president of company? The president expects you to examine carefully and select the best project. Okay, so you have to study them, all of them, and analyze all of them to finally select the best one. But how you can do this? In operations management, there are some tools that can help you. These tools are called operational decision-making tools. Very nice approaches, very nice formula that can help you as a tool. Each of these formula, each of these approaches can tell you which project is the best project or the best option among all of the options that you are faced. So today we want to talk about these tools, operational decision-making tools. Before that, we have to consider some concepts together. We must be familiarized with some concepts. Quantitative method. Quantitative method is some of the mathematical methods, and on the other word, there are a set of tools for operations managers that can help them to choose the best project or option among all of the options that have been listed by, for example, the top manager or president of the company. Decision analysis. A set of quantitative decision-making techniques for decision situations in which uncertainty exists. It's very important. Please focus on the sentence. A set of quantitative decision-making. I'm reading the slide. All of you can see it, okay? A set of quantitative decision-making techniques for decision situations in which uncertainty exists. It's very important. So these tools can help you to select the best option for project in situations that uncertainty exists, because you are confused. You don't know in this situation which option is the best. For example, you have you have faced a bad economical situation in your country. You tell to yourself, "Oh my God, what should I do now? What's the best decision? How can I choose the best option?" Because economical situation in my country is uncertainty. If I choose this project, it may hurt the company. It may decrease the profit of company, and so the company will lose a lot of money for this project that is not effective for us. But I don't know what's the best decision, because the uncertainty exists now. We have the fluctuation in demand in our market. This is a bad situation. This is uncertainty. Because the demand is not stable for your product, for your service. Some days are very good, and some days are very bad. You tell, if I select this project, if I choose this option, because I don't know what will occur, what will happen for our demand. It may this decision or this option maybe is a bad option. It may be a bad option for my company. So this is the reason that this quantitative method or mathematical method as a tool can help you to select this one. For example, imagine your option is 3 things. President tell you as a manager, as an operation manager, we have extra money and we want to do one project. We can do 3 projects, but one of them should be selected. For example, we can spend this extra money to establish a new factory in a new country. The option 2 or the project 2 is selecting a big store for our company to sell our product directly to customer by our new store. The third option is to invest on a financial stock in one of the exchange. The third option is, for example, we can invest on for example, we can invest on to purchase a stock of one company. Okay, we can invest on purchase a stock of a company, another company in this industry. You as an operation manager in your company have faced 3 options. The first option is the establishing or building a new factory in new country. Number 2 is the establishing or purchasing a new store for your company. And number 7, option 3 is the purchasing a stock of a competitor or another company. Okay, so you have faced three options. Which option is the best? So this is the one thing that can make any operation manager concerned about the future of this selecting option. So as I told you, today we want to discuss about the tools that can help you. Example of uncertainty situation, as you can see in this slide. Demand for a product may vary between 0 and 200 units, for example, 0 and 500, 1000. This is an example. The demand for a product, for your service, may vary between 0 and, for example, 200 units. This is uncertainty situation. But for each demand, if you can calculate the accurate demand or exact demand, you can directly select the best option. But the demand is uncertainty. The demand is fluctuation. Sometimes go up and sometimes go down. Depending on the state of the market. Yes, for example, the demand depends on the state of the market. Because the state of the market is not clear, so the demand for your product is not clear as well. So this is an example of uncertainty. Sometimes another example is the economical situation in the country, in your country, for example. You don't know what will be the situation for economy. The economy will have a good situation or will have a bad situation. You will have recession or you will have gloomy for economy. You don't know. So in this situation, you should be careful about selecting the best project. Decision making without probability. So decision making can be divided to two states, can be categorized into two. Sometimes you can calculate probability and sometimes you cannot calculate probability. If you can calculate probability by use of some mathematical methods, mathematical approach, you can select the best project. But if you don't know probability, you should go and select another approach, another tools for your practice. So in this relation, we should be familiarized with some concept. One of the important concepts in this lesson is a state of nature. You as an operation manager should consider all of the states of nature that may happen for you. The state of nature is the events that may occur in the future. This is the definition of the state of nature. States of nature is events that may occur in the future. For example, bad economical situation, good economical situation. They are called a state of nature. You should consider and you should write in a piece of paper all of these states of nature, and each state of nature you should calculate probability. For example, the probability that we have a good economical situation is 30%, and the probability that we have a bad economical situation is 70%. Events that may occur in the future is a state of nature. Example of a state of nature is high or low demand for a product. In demand, the state of nature can be high and low. You tell we have two states. We have high demand or we have low demand. Each of them is a state of nature for your decision. good or bad economical condition. The determining the state of nature is in your hand. It means that you should determine your state of nature based on the decisions that you want to make. Sometimes you want to make decisions based on the demand. Sometimes you want to make decisions based on economy and another condition or another nature. This is in your hand. You as an operation manager is responsible or in charge of determining this state of nature. Okay. Decision making under risk. Sometimes you want to make decision and choose a best option under risk. Sometimes you want to make decision under uncertainty. Each of them is completely different. In risk, the probability can be assigned to occurrence of the state of nature in the future. So, if you want to make decision on the risk, you should allocate a probability to each of a state of nature. For example, you want to make decision based on demand. If you want to make decision based on demand, you have, for example, two states of nature: high demand for product, low demand for product. After determining the state of nature, you should allocate a probability to each of them. The probability for high demand is 40% and probability for low demand is 60%. You should consider it before taking any measure, before doing anything. So at first, you should determine a state of nature based on which factors you want to make decision. It's very important. After that, if you want to make decision on the risk, you must allocate a probability to each of the nature of state of nature. Sorry. But if you want to make decision under uncertainty, the probability cannot be assigned to occurrence of the state of nature in the future. So the situation for making decision under uncertainty is completely different. That we want to discuss about this. At first, imagine you want to make decision under uncertainty. You don't want to consider risk. Okay, you don't want to consider risk. Only there is uncertainty because you don't know. You cannot allocate probability to each of states of nature. You don't know how many percent may occur for high demand, how many percent may occur for low demand. The probability cannot be calculated. Then you cannot calculate the probability. You should make decision under uncertainty because the probability here is uncertainty. So, in this situation, for decision making under uncertainty, we have 5 approaches. Risk is, for example, the political situation in your country is not stable. For example, political situation when it's not stable, you don't know what will happen for market, what will happen for investment, okay, that you want to do. So there is a big risk now because the situation, for example, the political situation is very, very unstable, and this is a big risk if we want to do this project. In this situation, if you want to make decision, you should calculate a probability. if there is a big risk in your company, when you have faced a big risk, okay, you should calculate probability, and you should allocate each of the probability to each of the nature of estate. It it is your skill. It shows your skill. It shows your being expert in your work, and the calculating probability and allocating this probability to each of the estate in nature is based on a high experience. The operation manager, based on their high experience, can do this. Okay, there is no formula. Just based on experience can be calculated. Don't forget this. So there are two decision making. Decision making under risk, decision making under uncertainty. Decision making under risk, at first the probability should be calculated and then allocated to each of the states of nature. What is a state of nature? The events that may occur in the future. It depends on your decision. For example, if you want to make decision based on demand, the state of nature is the high or low demand for product. If you want to make decision based on economy, good, bad, a stable economy, all of them can be a state of nature. After a state of nature, if the decision making is under uncertainty, the probability cannot be assigned because you cannot calculate probability because there is uncertainty. You are not sure what is the best situation. In the decision making under uncertainty, we have 5 approaches to help you to make the best decision. They are very, very interesting that we want to discuss about this. Okay. After knowing this concept, a state of nature and decision, you should provide this table for yourself. Decision here means the option. Decision means the project. Decision, object, project are the synonym, if you can see in this table. The state of nature should be written in the top of the table. The A and B are a state of nature. For example, A is the low demand, B is high demand. A is a bad economical situation, B is good economical situation. For each of these, you should guess, you as an operation manager must guess a payoff. Payoff is result. For example, in decision 1, in option 1, if you consider the state of nature A, for example, if the demand is low for product, the payoff is here. Payoff here means the profit that is calculated in dollar or in the Afghan or in real, in your currency. Okay, payoff means result, and result here is the profit. For example, if you select the decision 1 in the state of nature A, the company will earn payoff 1A money. Payoff 1A means that the result or the profit that has happened in decision 1 for state of nature A. In state of nature B, in the condition of B, for decision 1 or for project 1, the operation manager guess the result should be this amount. For example, 10,000 US dollar, 12,000 US dollar. For example, if the state of nature is B, and if I select the decision 1, the decision 1 in the condition of the state of nature B will have for example, 10,000 US dollar profit for company. In decision two for states of nature, and for each of the states of nature, the results should be guessed by operation manager. You cannot calculate the accurate profit. This is the reason only you should guess. This is the reason that if you can calculate an accurate profit, no need to do this process. No need to calculate and analyze the decision-making tools. This process and this action is for the reasons that we cannot calculate the accurate profit, and we cannot make the best decision. So we have to call the help by this process or by this tool. Okay, so you have to, as an operation manager, to draw this table and provide this table and write all of your guess and all of your results that you have calculated approximately, not accurately, in this table. Decision-making criteria under uncertainty. Okay, as I told you, no, this is not impossible. You can get in cooperation with a marketing manager and financial manager together. No, it's not impossible. You want to get, okay, you can get. For example, you can get in this situation, I can get the profit for company will be 10,000 US dollars. This is based on your experience. When you are selected as an operation manager in any company has more than 10 years experience. After 10 years working in company, you will be selected as operation manager. Okay. So yes, it can be the percentage of the benefit. For example, what the percentage of the benefit, cannot be brought in the table. Cannot be inserted in the table. The table you should calculate based on money, not percentage. Okay, there are five tools that can help you under uncertainty. Maximax is one of the tools that can help you to choose the best under uncertainty. Maximin, Minimax, Regret are the other tools. As I told you, the decision making under uncertainty has five tools. Maximax tells you choose decisions with the maximum of the maximum payoff. If you want to understand this tool, it's better that I explain through an example. You will understand it in the example. If you cannot understand the concept of each of them, don't worry. I will tell you an example, and I will explain you in detail, in depth, by the example. Only listen to name of these tools. Maximax is choose decisions with the maximum of the maximum payoff. Maximum. Choose decision with the maximum of the minimum payoff. Min-max regret. Choose decision with the minimum of the maximum regret for each alternative or for each payoff. Okay, don't worry about that. I will explain you in example. True and good example. Howard. Decision making. Howard is the fourth tool that can help you to choose the best decision. Choose decision in which decision payoffs are weighted by a coefficient of optimism. Alpha coefficient of optimism is the measure of a decision maker's optimism from 0 to 1. It means that you can allocate a coefficient of optimism. Optimism means خوشبینی. You can allocate a coefficient of optimism into each of the payoffs or to each of the states of nature. For example, you can allocate a 0.5, 0.2 to high demand, and you can allocate a 0.8 to low demand. This is the coefficient of optimism. Meaning you are optimism that this state of nature will happen. This method is called horse, and the last method for uncertainty is equal likelihood, Laplace. Choose decision in which each state of nature is weighted equally. For example, you allocate an equal number, an equal weight to each of a state of nature. For example, if you have two states of nature, low demand and high demand, you should allocate 0.5 to low and 0.5 to high. Sorry. If you have three states of nature, you should allocate 0.3 to each of the states of nature. 0.3 to a state of nature A, 0.3 to each of a state B, and 0.3 to a state of nature C. Okay, now please let me give you an example. Imagine you have faced three decisions, three options, or three projects. You are working in Southern Textile Company. Southern Textile Company is a name of a company. This is an example. For example, the McDonald's company, the Boeing company. Okay, the name of the company in this example is the Southern Textile Company. Operation manager in this company has been faced three decisions. The president of the company has given to the operation manager three decisions or three options to choose the best one. He or she has told to operation manager which decision is best for our company. I'm going to expand my company. Sometimes I think the maintain status quo is the best option for me. And sometimes I think it's better to sell company or sell this line of production now. Which one is the best decision for me? Okay, operation manager at first select two states of nature for this situation. Good foreign competitive condition, poor foreign competitive condition. It wants to make decision based on these factors: the foreign competitive condition. Because in his company, in his country, or in her country, there are some foreign companies that are competing together in market, which are competing together in the market. So, and also they are competing to foreigner companies that are exporting their products to their company, to their country. Sorry. In this situation, the operation manager gets some payoff, some profit for each of these states of nature. the operation managers calculate if you want to expand company in good foreign competitive condition, you will earn approximately 800,000 US dollar. But if the foreign competitive condition is poor, the profit will be 500,000. But if you want to maintain this situation, you maintain the machinery, equipment, and reuse them again. In the good foreign competitive condition, the profit will company will be 1,200,000 US dollar. But if the poor foreign competitive, but if we have poor foreign competitive conditions, we have lost 150,000 US dollar. This is not profit. This is a loss for us. But if you want to sell now, the price for our company is 320,000 US dollar. No different for each of the states of nature. In both states of nature, the good foreign competitive and poor foreign competitive, if you want to sell company, the profit will be or 320,000 US dollar. What does it mean by 1,500? Okay, the minus here means it's lost, not profit. If you maintain the equipment because you want to spend money to maintain the machinery. Do you know what is the meaning? What is the meaning of maintain? Okay, very good. The maintain means the yes. Is updating the machinery and equipment. This is the maintain. Update and repair your machinery to use them again. No need to purchase new machinery because it will have a big cost for company. Okay, so if you maintain the machinery in the state of nature, if the state of nature is poor foreign competitive condition, you will lose 150 US dollar. There is no profit for company. There is loss for company. Okay, so the other operation managers. This is an example, okay? This is an example. For example, the operation manager in this company has calculated if we maintain this situation, we will lose money. According to his experience, according to his guess, according to his calculation. You know, this is an example. I don't know why they lose. Because I know that if they want to maintain, they should spend money, a lot of money to repair and keep the machinery. But if the foreign competitive condition is poor, they cannot use this updated machinery. They have spent a lot of money and they cannot compete in this situation. They cannot sell their product in this situation. So this is a loss for company. This is not profit. They have expended a lot of money to maintain this situation, but unfortunately, they couldn't sell their products because the foreign competitive condition is poor. Okay, but if they want to sell, no difference. 320,000 US dollar for both of situation. Okay. Now we want to use these methods, these tools, these 5 tools that I just explained you to select the best decision among these decisions. Okay. As I told you, the first tool was the Maximax solution. In the Maximax solution, what should we do? Okay. Maximax is the maximum of maximum. Maximax means maximum of maximum. If you look at the Maximax again, choose decision with the maximum of the maximum payoff. Okay. Maximax means maximum of maximum. Okay. Maximax. Maximum of maximum has composed of two words, maximum of maximum. The second maximum the second word that is maximum here is for one row, and the first word that is maximum 2 is for column. It means that at first you should maximum pay off in each row. The first row is expand. First decision is expand. The maximum number, the maximum payoff for expand between 800 and 5100 is, which number is maximum in expand? In front of expand. The maximum payoff for expand is which one? 800 and 500. Very good, 800. So you should tell in the bottom for expand you write the maximum. For expand the maximum number is payoff is the result, is the profit, the number. Payoff is result. Profit, the profit that operation manager gets for each state of nature, for each project. In the expand, so the maximum of maximum is at first you should select the maximum number in each division, and after that you should select the maximum of these maximums. For expand, the maximum number is 800. For maintain situation or for maintain division or option, which one is the maximum? Between 1,300,000 and minus 150,000. Which one? Very good. 1,300,000 is maximum. And for sell, no difference. 320,000. Okay. Then you select the maximum in each row, in each division. Now you should select the maximum of maximum. Among these numbers, among this maximum, which maximum is maximum? Which one is maximum? Sorry. Very good. 1,000 and 1,100,000 is maximum between 800,000, 320 and 1,300. Very good. So the division is the maintain cost. The maximum solution, max solution tells you the best decision is the maintaining. The maintaining is the best decision. This is the first solution. It was very, very nice and very, very easy. So in the maximum of maximum means at first you should calculate the maximum in each decision, and after that you should select the maximum among these maximum. Maximax has made up two words, maximum and maximum. The second maximum is in each division, and the first maximum is in yes, it is 1,300,000, not 13 million. Okay. The Maximax solution tells you the best decision is maintain the machinery. Okay. Now the maximum solution. What is telling to us the maximum solution? The maximum is the maximum of minimum. Maximum has made up two words, maximum and minimum. The second word is the minimum. The second word is always for each decision. The second word. So it means that for each decision we should select the minimum one. The second word in the maximum has made up two words, maximum and minimum, maximum of minimum. The second word is minimum here. It means in each decision you should select the minimum, and after among this minimum you should select the maximum. So in the expand, which number in expand which number between good foreign and poor foreign is minimum? Between good foreign and poor foreign. Very good. 500 is minimum. Very good. Very good. In the maintain, what about in the maintain? The minimum number in the maintain in the after. Very good. 1005. Very good. Minus 105 is the minimum. And in the cell, no difference. 320,000. Very good. Oh, okay. You should write these three numbers, these three minimum in the table below for yourself. The expand 500, the maintain minus 150, the cell 320. Now you should select the maximum of these minimums. The maximum between three among these three minimum. Which one is the maximum? Very good, 500. The maximum solution is exactly it. So the maximum solution tell you the expand is the best option, the best decision for you. The maximum tell you the expand because the 500,000 is for expand, yes. So the expand is the best decision. When you select the maximum of minimum, you can tell the best decision. This number belongs to decision of expand. Okay. Now the minimax regret. What's the meaning of regret? Regret means, let me to tell Farsi. Pashimani, nedamat. You want to decrease the regret for your company. Okay? These tools help you to decrease the regret in the minimum level. So what is the solution? What is the solution? Please listen, be careful. Please listen carefully. It's very, very important and very, very nice. Okay. As I told you, we have two states of nature here. We have two states of nature here. Good foreign and poor foreign. Okay. Good foreign and poor foreign. Okay. Okay. We have two. We back 3 or 4 slides. Good foreign and poor foreign. In each state of nature, you should, in each column of state of nature, you should select the maximum number. For example, in good foreign competitive condition, in the column of the good foreign competitive condition, which number is the maximum? No, be careful. In the good foreign competitive condition, in the column, not in the decision. In the column of the good foreign competitive condition, there are three numbers under this. Very good. 1,300,000. Very good. There are three numbers exactly on bottom of this good foreign competitive condition. Very good. 1,300,000. And what about the pool firing competitive? Which one is the maximum? In the pool firing competitive condition, which one? Very good. So memorize this number in your mind. Okay, 1,000, 1,300,000 for good firing and 500,000 for poor firing. Okay, memorize this. Keep these numbers in your mind. Let us to forward to minimax regret. Okay, minimax regret tell you in each state of nature you should decrease each of the number from the maximum number. Okay, as I told you, in the good firing competitive condition, the maximum number was the 1,300,000. In each column, for each decision, 1,300,000 minus 800 for expand equal to 500. Okay, 1,300,000 minus 1,300,000 equals 0. 1,300,000 minus 320,000 equal 980,000, and you should do exactly the same for the pool firing. You should minus each of the number in each option, in each decision, from the maximum number in that state of nature. Okay, it's very easy. At first, you should select the maximum number in each state of nature. Then you should minus each of the number, each of the payoff in each decision from the maximum number at that column, at that state of nature. Okay, you have calculated the result. Now in the expand, you have two new numbers, 500,000 and 0 in the expand. That's right, 500,000 for good firing and 0 for poor firing. These are the new results for expand. Okay, everybody can understand? Yes, minus and minus. The minus should be affected. No. 500 minus and minus. The both minus should be considered. The both minus should be considered. Don't confuse and don't be mistaken. Okay, the both minus should be considered. This is the rule. This is the rule of the minimax regret. Yes, this is the rule. You should consider the both of minus. In the second line, for maintain, for option of maintain between 0 and 615,000, which one is maximum? Between these two new numbers, for maintain 0 and 650,000. No. Okay, for first one, for expand between 500 and 0, for expand the maximum number was 500,000. Very good. For maintain between 0 and 650,000, which one is the maximum? Between 0 and 600, very good. This is for maintain. And for sell, very good. And for sell, between 980,000 and 180,000, which one is maximum? Very good. So we have determined the maximum number for each decision in minimax regret solution. Now this is minimax regret. Minimax regret is minimum of maximum. At first, we should calculate maximum in this option, in each option, in each decision, and then this is minimum of maximum. We should select minimum among these three numbers. Which one between 500 and 615 and 980 is minimum? Very good. Expand. So decision is expand. The minimax regret tell you the expand is the best solution. Very good. So please let me explain again for you. At first, in each column, in each state of nature, you should choose the maximum number. And then you should minus each of number in each column, in each division from the maximum number. In the good firing competitive condition, the maximum number was 1,300,000. So the 1,300,000 in the good firing competitive, you should minus each of the number in this good firing competitive from the maximum. And you should do the same for poor firing competitive condition. That's exactly the same as the good firing. You should select the maximum number and minus each of the number in that column, in that poor firing competitive from the maximum number. You will calculate the new numbers for each option, for each project. So you should select at first the maximum number for each division. And then when you calculate the maximum number for each division, you should select the minimum of this maximum that you have found or you have calculated. At last, you should calculate the minimum. This is the solution of approach of the minimax regret. Okay. The Howard's criteria. If you remember, I told you in the Howard's criteria we have a coefficient of the optimism. What's the meaning? It can be logical, yes, because at first, because it's necessary at first, the maximum number is more important for us. Okay, the maximum number is more important. We want to find the nearest number to this maximum number. Okay, when you do minus and you can calculate the difference between maximum number and each of them, you can calculate the best number through this method. But don't worry about this method. You should try only to learn this method, because this method has been devised according to experience. You know, the many researchers have spent a lot of time to calculate these methods, and this method has been tested and has been verified and approved by many operation managers. So it's better to learn these methods and learn to approach of these methods. Okay, some of these methods are very logical, and this method can be logic because you want to find the minimum difference, the minimum difference between the maximum number that is more important for you and the minimum number. No. At first, you should calculate the difference between maximum number and each of these number, and then you should select the minimum, not the minimax. The new number is here is the 650. The 150,000 is not important anymore. The 150,000 should be given up because the method of the minimax regret give you new number. Okay, because it is calculating the regret. Regret means پشیمانی, ندامت. It wants to decrease the پشیمانی, the ندامت, the regret for you. So this is the logical method for this that wants to calculate the minimum, the difference between maximum and each of the number. Okay, it wants to calculate the difference between maximum number and each of number, and then it wants to make the best decision to decrease their regret. Don't worry, don't confuse about that. This is the minimax regret solution. This is the approach. This is the process of this solution. Try to learn it and apply it in your work. Howard, as I told you, Howard allocate a coefficient of optimism. For example, if you are asked to determine the optimism for good foreign competitive condition and poor foreign competitive condition, you can allocate a percent or a coefficient to each of them. For example, for you, you can tell this. The 30% I'm optimism for good foreign or competitive condition, and 70% I'm optimism is my optimism for poor foreign competitive. When you allocate one alpha or coefficient to each of the states of nature, another one is the 1 minus the alpha. The sum of two alpha should be 1. The sum of two alpha should be produced as 1. Okay, when you allocate the alpha according to your experience. Why in Persian? I don't know what's the meaning of horse, because horse is, I think, the name of the person or the name of the inventor of this method. No, it's not difficult. It's very, very easy. You should know the approach. You should know the approach of this. It's very, very easy. You should learn its formula for this. Okay, for example, you as an operation manager that have a lot of experience, you can give an coefficient of optimism to each of the states of nature very quickly. Okay, and after that, this is a method. This is a general method for all of this. Yes, of course, you should be familiarized with concept and with subject of operation manager. Okay, you should be familiar. You should learn the method of the operation manager. But in the future, you can use all of them. At first, you should learn. Then, according to your experience, you can apply these things that you have learned in your work. This is the rule for everything. At first, you should go to university and learn mathematics and, for example, the mechanical engineering subject. And after graduation, when you go to work, you should apply this formula in the work and achieve experience through the years. After 3 years, after 5 years, as the years is going past, your experience will increase. So at first, you should be familiarized with the formula, with the foundation of the science, and after that, you should apply them in your work. When you allocate a coefficient of optimism to good foreign, when you tell the 30% we have good foreign, it means that the full foreign competitive condition is 70%. It's very easy. When you tell the 30% is good firing, it means that the poor firing is the 70%. This is the reason that you should calculate 1 minus alpha for another one, or another state of nature. Okay? When you tell the coefficient of optimism, خوشبینی, for good firing competitive condition is 30%, it means that the poor firing competitive condition is 70%. It's clear. Okay. In this method, you should multiply. Okay, you have allocated, for example, the operation manager in this example has allocated 0.3 to good firing competitive and 0.7 to poor firing competitive. So in the expand, in the good firing competitive condition, 800% you should multiply by 0.3, and 500,000 because it's poor firing competitive should multiply to 0.7. 803,000 multiply 0.3 plus 500,000 multiply 0.7. If you calculate, the result will be 590,000. In the main case, 1,300,000 is good firing competitive. So it should be multiplied to 0.3 minus 150,000 multiply 0.7 is produced 285,000, and in the cell 320,000 multiplied or times 0.3 plus 320,000 times 0.7 produce 320,000. So among these new numbers, which one is the maximum between 590,000, 285,000, and very good. The 590,000 is maximum. It's a general method for all of the decision, for all of the state of nature. You as an operation manager in the future, you can calculate all of the state of nature. You can allocate a coefficient of optimism to each of them very easily. Don't worry about that. You should achieve experience. Don't be in rush. Okay. So only learn these methods. These methods are very easy, very easy, because they have a general formula, a general process that are applied for all of the states. So in this, the maximum is the expand. The decision is expand. And the last one. The last method is exactly like the previous method. Force. It's the equal likelihood. Likelihood means the probability. Equal is the same. So we have two states of nature. So 1 divided by 2 means the 0.5. The two states of nature we have here. So you should allocate. Yes. I will explain you. Okay, don't worry. I will explain you which formula you should prefer. So, because we have two states of nature and we should allocate an equal number, so each state of nature should be assigned, should be allocated 0.5, 800,000 times or multiplied by 0.5 plus 500,000 multiply 0.5 equals 650,000 US dollar. In the main case, 1,200,000 multiply 0.5 minus 150,000 multiply 0.5 equals 575,000, and this there 320,000 multiply 0.5 plus 320,000 multiply 0.5 equals 3,200,000. Which decision maximum in the equal likelihood and the odds, you should select the maximum in new result. The maximum here is 650,000 maximum. Okay. We considered and we discussed 5 methods together. Okay. In the equal likelihood, the best decision is expand. Okay. What about the Howards? In the Howards, what decision was the best? Expand. In the minimax, which one? As you see, I'm coming back. Expand. In the minimax, in the maximum, the maximum of the minimum, the expand. And what about the maximax? The first method, only the first method was maintained. Okay. Now, I want to tell you an important point. You must apply all of 5 methods. You must apply all of my methods. And you must select the maximum result for your decision. The four methods, out of 5 methods, told you which decision was the best decision. 4 methods, out of 5 methods that you applied, you calculated, told you which decision was the best. We consider now. Very good, expand. The 5 methods told you the expand is the best. Only the maximax, the first solution, the first tool told you the maintain is the best. So you must select the expand. You must apply all of 5 methods, and after that, at the end, you must see which option has been selected by this method, and you must select that one. Okay, it's very, very easy. So you cannot tell which solution or which tool I should prefer. You must do all of 5 methods, all of 5 solutions together. And after that, you must select the best solution. There is no preference here for you. Okay, let me review quickly this method together. Okay, do you like to review quickly together at first? Okay, the first solution was the maximax. Maximax was the maximum of maximum. At first, you should select the maximum number for each division. Expand. In expand, between 800,000 and 500,000, the maximum was 800,000. In the maintain, between 1,000,000 and 300 and minus 115, the maximum was 1,000,000 and 300,000. And in the selling was no difference, 320,000. When you select the maximum in each decision, you should select maximum of maximum. Maximum of which among this maximum is 1,300,000. So maintain is the best decision from maximax point of view. Maximum is the maximum of minimum. You must select at first minimum for each decision. In expand, the minimum between 800 and 500 was 500. In the maintain, 1,003,000 and minus 150,000 was minus 150,000. And in the sale, no difference, 320. You should select the maximum among this minimum. Maximum is 500,000 that belongs to expand. This number belongs to expand. So the expand is the best solution. Minimax regress solution. In minimax regress solution, in each column of the state of nature, for example, in good, fine, competitive conditions, you must select the maximum number, and after that you must minus each of the number in each division of the maximum number. The maximum number was 1,200,000 in good foreign competitive condition. You must minus each of these number from this maximum number. 1,200,000 minus 800, 500. 1,000,000 minus 1,000,000, 0. 1,000,000 and 200 minus 320,980. And you must select and you must calculate exactly the same for full foreign. In full foreign, you must select the maximum and minus each of the payoff out of these maximum number. When you arrive to when you calculate the new result in each decision, you should select the maximum number, and after that, because this is the minimax record. Minimax means the minimum of the maximum. So you have to select at first the maximum number in each option, and select, and at the end you should select the minimum. At first you should select the maximum in each option, and at the end you should select the minimum. The minimum between these are the 500,000 that belongs to expand. So the minimax record is the expand. And in the forward, you should allocate a coefficient of optimism to each of the decisions. For example, to each of the states of nature. For example, for good foreign competitive, your optimism is 30%. That means 0.3. And for another condition is 1 minus alpha is 0.7. 800,000 multiply 0.3 plus 500, because you multiply this number because you want to calculate the weight of each column. You want to calculate the weight for expand. You know, when you multiply this number to each of number, you can weight and you can evaluate the level of the optimism for each decision. This is the rule. If you want to calculate the level of optimism for each of item, you should calculate the coefficient of the optimism. You should multiply coefficient of the optimism to each number, to each result, and then calculate the evaluate the level of the optimism for that option or for that project. This is a rule. When you calculate all of these numbers, you should select the maximum. Decision is expand. Okay. At the end method is the equal likelihood method. In the equal likelihood, you should do exactly the same as what, but the difference is here you should allocate the equal number to each of the states of nature. We have two states of nature, so you should allocate the 0.5 to each of them. If you had 3 states of nature, you should allocate 0.3 to each of them. When you multiply these numbers to each of them, you can calculate the new result for each option, and after that, you should select the maximum number. The maximum number is here for expand. So the decision is expand. The 4 methods, out of 5 methods, told you the expand is the best. So you should select the expand. It's very, very easy. Okay. Please let me finish the lesson here. We have only one method. The method is for risk, not for. These methods were for uncertainty, as I told you. There is only one formula for under risk that please let me tell you the next week, because I think you are a little confused about this, and it's better you study more to understand better. But don't worry about this. All of them, all of the things that I told you were the main method for calculating the best solution by 5 tools in uncertainty. You should learn it only. I promise you, you can apply all of them in the future. According, what do you mean, Mr. Navid? What do you mean, Mr. Navid? Do you want I give you an example to for your exercise? Do you like to have an exercise together now? It's very good. It's very good idea. I'm ready. But if you think, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to give you an example. If you want, I can give you an exercise now. I can upload for you and you can do it now. But unfortunately, some of many of the students don't answer to me. Where are you? Are you at desk now? I think all of the students have left class. Oh, some of the students have come. Okay. So please let me upload an example for you now, and you have 10 minutes or 10 minutes time to solve this problem. Okay, please let me. I will upload you soon. Okay, I will send you a slide tonight or tomorrow night. And also, I will send you a link and website link that you can download the book through this link. I wanted to tell you at the end of the class, but please let me tell you now. Yesterday, Academy sent to me a link for downloading the textbook. Okay, I send you an email. And I will write you this link of this link that you can download directly the textbook through this link. Okay, and you can study more in this textbook. It will help you very much. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Send me email and ask. So tomorrow, I think tomorrow night, I will send you the link in your email. And you can download download directly the textbook. The textbook is very, very useful for you. Okay, and also I will send you the slide, today's slide, and also my email. Okay, I think I have sent several times for you. Please let me write again. Okay, you can see in the chat frame. sabermirza@gmail.com. Okay, you can send an email to me. Okay. So Academy yesterday sent me a link for downloading book. So I will send you either tonight or tomorrow night, maximum tomorrow night, and also send this slide and also send an case study. You will have a case study for next week. Please study it carefully and answer to its question. We will discuss about the case study is about the last week class. Operation management in globalization. It's related to last week's class, the case study. I will send you and please study it carefully, and together we'll discuss at next week. Okay, Mr. Nabil, please let me, this suggestion is better because the many students have left class, I think, and they are not at their desk. Please let me send this exercise as your homework. Okay, this is a homework. I send you email, and you can solve this problem at your home and send to me email your answers. Okay, it's good, Mr. Nabi. Okay, so Mr. Nabi, I will send you 4 files tomorrow night. One thing, one item is the link of the downloading book. Okay, the second one is the slide. Third one is the case study for next week, and fourth is the exercise about the decision-making tool that you can do the next week. Next week we will discuss again about this, and you can ask your question, and we can solve your problems together. Okay. How was the exam? How was the lesson today? I think it's very easy, and it's very nice. Don't worry about that. How you should use it. Only learn about the method. Only learn the method and learn the process of doing this method. Yes, exactly. When you learn this, it will help you to be a good operation manager in the future. As I told you, at first you should go to university and learn subjects about mechanical engineering, computer engineering, but it's not enough. You should go to work, you should work hard and achieve experience and get experience. The experience can help you to be a good engineer, to be a good manager. Only you should know that how you can use it's important that you should know how you should use your knowledge, how should you use your formula and everything like this. Okay. Thank you so much for your listening, and thank you so much for attending in the class. The class already has finished, and I will send you these 4 items tomorrow night. Wait, look forward to my email, please. And if you have any question, don't hesitate. I'm at your service to answer you. Have a nice time and have a nice night with your family, and I wish the best for all of you, and I wish a good day tomorrow for you. Okay, everybody, goodbye and good night.